Greetings and welcome. My name is Jake Rayson. I'm a wildlife and food forest garden designer, and I am on site today at Rieg, and this is just a quick kind of catch up. I'm basically doing a recce of all the work that is left to be done and what plants have survived the winter and what plants probably haven't, and that kind of thing. So that's kind of quite detailed and boring, but I'll give you an overview rather than the dull detail. So first of all, to say I'm still waiting on an Asian pear. This was going to be an apricot, but there really isn't enough sun. That's south facing, but there's too much kind of house and everything in the way, so it's going to be the Asian pear, and that's trained up on that wall there. And this is brilliant. This is a custom built planter from larch. What's it called? Larch. Oh, they're great. I'll put a link in the show notes, and it's made out of larch, and they're up in Cumbria. But it's a really good. They're really good. They've got some really nice planters and things, so I could totally recommend them. The oregano's done really well. Dwarfing oregano. The thyme is really knocked back by the frost, but there is signs of life in there, so that's something. And you go round the corner, so around the side of the shed, and this is your standard B&Q issue, and it's attached to the back of this planter. This planter is from the larch place, and it's got a couple of, put a lot of gritty free draining stone and gravelly stuff in there, as well as compost. So it's got some lavender in there, and it's also I've put a bramble, and I'm really excited about this. This is thornless bramble, Rubus fruticosus, and it's alive, and there's signs of life and little shoots, which normally you don't get that excited about bramble growing, but yeah, it's great. And I'm just kind of really interested to see how this turns out, training it up here, because it's got really good flowers. It has fruit, obviously, and it's got really nice, lovely foliage, and I'm using it as a climber on some trellis. So I'd be very interested to see how that pans out. And then down here, well, let's go with the successes. I say successes. There's some stuff that needs a bit of work. This is a handrail put in. I don't know. It's like standard sawn timber, but it's brilliant. Ollie, the landscaper's put this in, and he's put that trellis up there in as well. And he's done a brilliant job. Totally recommend getting somebody who knows what they're doing. If you can get a good landscaper, please treasure them and look after them and pay them well. This is on the existing steps, and it works really well. This is kind of nice and simple, but it just works beautifully with the steps and everything. He's done such a good job. And then these originally were going to be part of the gabion walls, but now I'm using them as kind of features, and also as to block out, block out the bit of shelter for the kids. And that's a kids den made by David Hunter, and that's lovely. Done a lovely job there as well. Really pleased with that. Round wood internal frame, and then it's clad in larch, and that will last forever and a day. It's just brilliant. And then he's got some logs here as well. Drilled some different sized holes in for wasps and bees, solitary bees and wasps. And then it's got local stone here. If I was to do more gabions, I'd be using recycled material rather than freshly mined material, but that's, you live and learn. And this is lungwort. This is from Penland Perennials, and that's flowering. I love lungwort, and that's a kind of ground cover down here. And the central feature when you come up is 2 aronias, one straight in front of you, and then one here. Which one is this? This is brilliant. I think it is. Aronia arbutifolia, brilliant. So 2 aronias, and then structurally there's, it's going to be so nice. There's a crab apple, I think it's sentinel, on an MM106, so that's a big rootstock. Reason for that is it's on a real steep slope, and it needs to get anchored. It needs to be secure. I do need to add some clay here. You can just see it's just too steep an angle, really, not to have done something with it. What I did do over there was to put some hessian, and possibly I should have put some hessian down here, to be honest, and then put the ground cover in. But live and learn. So I'll put some clay in there, and at some point, what did take a hammering was the Chilean guava, Agni Moline, which is a real shame. It looks like it might be alive. We'll have to wait and see. Don't rush to conclusions. Wait until things start growing before having a poke around. But yeah, might have to replace that one. And then I've got the 3 blueberries, the other kind of structural plants, and I'm really a big fan of blueberries now. I mean, I haven't really I need to spend some more time with them to see how they grow and the different cultivars grow. But as an ornamental plant, they don't look like much at the moment, but they have really beautiful foliage in the autumn colour. They've got fruit, they've got a beautiful flower, and they're edible, and they're kind of not native, well, native-ish, but there's always cultivars. But they're really good, kind of little shrub. They're really good. So this is much a bigger shrub, the Aronia, and the blueberry is much kind of smaller. Sweet woodruff showing through. Got loads of plants in here, I can't remember any of them, and I've got them all written down. I know that there's some, for example, some dwarf yarrow down here, Alvin White or something, and then yes, I've put up here is a cherry, so this will get the sun will come around in a short while, and in the summer that will get enough sun, I'm sure, for the cherry, and there'll be a seat here as well. And then there's a native cultivar of a honeysuckle, the Nicera pericliminum. I want to say David Thomas or something. I can't remember. It's a yellow one, and it's a big grower. So plan is to get that up there, and then up here, and then up there into the tree that side. And then I'm so happy. It's a bit of a dingy spot for it, but there is a rose, Madame Alfred Carrier, and that's down in there, and there's signs of life, which is brilliant. And that will go up here, and I'll train that up there. Possibly train it into that tree. We'll see how they grow, see how they get on, and then you have honeysuckle rose, which would be beautiful, and then another rose here, and then that's Madame Delaney, Mary Delaney, and then that one will go up there. So there'll be rose, honeysuckle, rose, and that'll draw the eye up, and yeah, it'll be stunning. Not straight away, but it will be stunning. So that's good. Noodly bit down here, and then come up here, and the den is so cool. I mean, the den is so lovely. You sit in, and then you've got a view of the hills in the distance, and then you sit up here, and then you've got it's the houses. No, it's not that exciting, that bit. This is the kind of the view down this way. But it's it's nice. This is it, the one down here. So you come down here. These are plums, so I can't prune these yet. Don't prune plums until the summer, until after they've fruited, because they'll get silver fungus thing. So yeah, and then these will be trained. That'll be trained along here in the corner, and then that plum there, over there. So cherry, rose, honeysuckle, plum. And then honeysuckle in this corner. This is rhubarb and custard, which would be brilliant. And this is a little space here, just for a little two-seater seat. And then there'll be the apple coming up there. And then what you do, as it grows, take off the lower branches, and that'll go up to here. But you just take the lower branches off, and because it's a crab apple, you haven't really got it for the fruit. And then I've got 3 apples down here, and there'll be a espalier down here, and hopefully we'll have a look here. This might be strong enough, this honeysuckle, to grow over there. If not, I might plant another climber there, up that way. So it's all terribly exciting. Yeah, so that's good, and there's like life. It is so brilliant when you see it. There's like life in the crab apple. So that's going to be amazing. That will be just like a centerpiece plant. It's just going to be so brilliant. And then down here there is kind of variety of different herbs. I think this might be a creeping rosemary, which might have had it, but again, it is a rosemary. Yeah. I shouldn't have done that. Don't take off branches and things, because it's alive. And then there's this, I'm sure I've got it written down, is Artemisia, I think. So yeah, lovely. And feverfew, and I nearly took these up. I think these are the what should we call it? It begins with a C. Blue flower, chicory. I can't remember this daffodil garlic or something. A couple of plants I can't 100% remember what I've got in here, but the sedum's come up, and the sedum, this was a bargain bucket buy. This is brilliant. can't remember. I've got the name of it written down. It's a purpley one. It goes. Sure, this is the one that goes purpley. Fairly sure it's the one that goes purpley. Got 3 of them. Tucarum. This is wood sage. I'm happy with these. I didn't know they'd be doing that. So a lot like the hostas and things have died back, and a lot of the other plants I put in, a lot of them are plug plants. So they're, we'll have to wait and see what happens, what comes up. There's this is the thing. This is like you make all these plans, and then some things work and some things don't work, and such a hard frost. The smaller plug plants I'm really a bit worried about, but we'll see what pulls through. Bulk myrtle, lovely, beautiful spot for it there. Damp and part shade. And then I've got a dwarf Berberis darwinii here. The pond is the biggest, not a headache problem. It's my mistake. I underestimated how many leaves there would be, so I've just had to drag all the leaves out. So what I am going to do is put a wire kind of dome cage over the top of it to keep the worst of the leaves off. Something that you can lift off and clear it up if need be. But it's only small, so it's not like the end of the world if you have to clear it up. Keep maintaining it. But yeah, it is. Thinking about it, I would have done it differently. Yeah, if to do it again, but it worked. We can get it to work. And then you've got the geraniums here. This is I can't remember. It's a white geranium macrorrhizum, whiteness or something. So there's a whole line of them here, and they'll keep going. And then there's various hostas in here as well. So, and then the apples will grow, be espalier apples all the way along there. So they'll be like green going up, green in the corner going up, green going up there, espalier. So it's all lots of green. Not so much going on down here, but that's a bit of space. So there we are. That's kind of where we're at, and I think it will work out very well in the end. Thank you very much for watching. You like my rambles about the garden, and I'm very, this is the beginning of a garden. I think you have a garden, you get a garden created and planted up, but this very much is the beginning, and so I'm kind of quite excited at this stage to see how it can be improved and tweaked, and how things grow, and training them properly. So it's a good bit, and getting the client involved and getting the client on the case with it and learning about the different plants. Right, thanks for watching. Cheers, bye.